Tlacolula Market, which is 45 minutes outside of Oaxaca City. And this market happens every Sunday and attracts thousands of vendors from all over the region. Oaxaca is known all over Mexico as being a food capital of sorts, and they're really famous for the local Oaxacan cheese, Chicharrón, and this market specifically is really famous for Barbacoa. So we're gonna head in there now and try out a bunch of food, so come join us. Okay, so we've just gotten some quesillo from this cheese vendor. It's like a traditional Oaxacan cheese. I'm gonna try to unwrap this and show you what it looks like. Go in. See? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat it like this. Really fresh. Like salty, moist, delicious. Muchas gracias.
El mejor chicharrón mexicano.
Stopped at Tocineria Evelyn, which is a Chicharrón stall, and we're going to try to get one of these sheets of Chicharrón over here. Gracias. The vendor has told us that this is the cabeza, or the head of the pig, and this is the nose. Actually, you can kind of tell a little bit, and this is the cheek, and these are the ears. And now they're all in just like this delicious fried sheet. Crispy and crunchy on the outside. It's got like a nice crispy, like smoked flavor a little bit. Definitely tastes fried. And on the inside you get like the kind of coolness when you bite into the fat, and then it melts in your mouth a little bit. And then there's the chewiness of the actual meat part. This might be the best chicharrón I've ever had. And I've had a lot of chicharrón in my life. Really good. All right, onward. And now we're headed to the Barbacoa zone, which is what I'm the most excited about. Let's go. Food culture runs deep in Oaxaca, and it's common to find restaurants that have been in the same family for 20, 50, 100 years. This is Consuela, the fourth generation owner of Barbacoa Juanita. Her family has been cooking barbacoa in Tlacolula Market for over 100 years. So we've chosen our barbacoa stand, and it's looking really delicious. We got an order of barbacoa and consommé, which is the meat drippings made into a broth from the cooking process of the barbacoa. So I'm really excited. It smells amazing in here. Barbacoa has a rich history in Mexico. Traditionally, it is made by wrapping meat in agave leaves and slow cooking it in an underground oven. When you eat barbacoa, you're tasting thousands and thousands of years of history. Isn't that a cool thing? So this bowl is pretty much what my dreams are made of. I love meat, I love soup, I love fat, and it's got a little bit of all that. So look at how like dark brown and rich that broth looks. You can see the oil and fats on top. There's probably some chili oil in there because it's got like a reddish brown hue. There's like a big generous chunk of barbacoa in here. Alright, I'm gonna give this a go. I've been looking forward to this like my entire time in Mexico. I'm gonna get like a generous bite here. It's got a little kick. They use some chilies in here for sure. but it's not overwhelmingly spicy. I think in Mexican cooking, a lot of times they use chili for the actual flavor of the chili itself, not to like burn your mouth. It's really rich, it's really comforting, it's so good. Okay, so now I'm gonna dive into the barbacoa taco. It's the same 8-hour stewed goat meat with the spices in a lovely corn tortilla. And I'm actually gonna do a power move here and dip it in the consomme. Maybe add a little spice to it. The tortilla is really soft, really delicious. And like there's some lettuce in here that adds a nice little crunch which balances out the tenderness of the meat really nicely. So good. I think I would recommend you to travel here just for this. It's 100% worth it. So the damage is done and we're feeling full and happy, and we're gonna go stuff our faces just a little bit more, so stick around. Here you have the squash blossoms that they often cook inside tacos with cheese. So you grill some of these, add some of this cheese, and voila, you have a beautiful taco. The produce here is so beautiful. I wish I lived here so I had access to this all the time. Like imagine what you could cook with all of this. Chocolate, and they're shaped like this. Okay, so this is the chocolate we just purchased, and I'm gonna give it a try. The texture is also a little bit different. Again, it's kind of like a cookie, but a little creamier. It melts in your mouth, but it has that crunch of maybe like coarse cinnamon sugar on top of a pastry or something that you get when eating a churro, for example. It's also got like a cinnamon hint as well. A lot of chocolate in this region does. They probably use like cinnamon flavorings in there. So we're now entering the bakery section of the market. So let's go take a look. There's a lot of bread here. Gracias. Okay, so we've ordered a pan de cazuela, and apparently it is a very traditional bread here in Oaxaca. So I'm gonna give this bad boy a bite. It's quite simple. It tastes like a wheat bread. It's a little chewy, but there's a hint of sweetness in there. And again, kind of those light cinnamony notes that seem to be present in a lot of the foods we've tried here. It's nice. It'd be like a good breakfast bread. Okay. So now we're gonna go into the meat section. And it looks like it's a lot of butchers, but then you can also choose different kinds of meat and have them grilled right on the spot. So I like stuff like this. Two peppers to grill. We're really full, so we're not gonna get any meat, but let's burn our mouths a little bit. Made a new discovery that we didn't realize earlier. This bread actually has chocolate and raisins in it, so it's a lot more exciting than the wheat bread that I thought it just was.
Buñuelos.
Oh,
They make in this special time when the Christmas comes. They make it.
Is it
See what?
Is it sweet?
Yes. This one is not sweet. That one is sweet, and this is honey. You can put in the top. You want to try it right here?
Yeah. Buñuelo. Gracias.
Buñuelo.
So it's like fried dough.
Red sugar with the panela and water.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's very delicious.
Si usted anda buscando algún arreglo floral, lo que usted anda buscando se encuentra.
In Oaxaca, ancient indigenous traditions and ingredients define local cuisine. Tecate, a drink of the pre-Hispanic Mixtec and Zapotec people, is a good example of a beverage that is unique to the region. So we're now at a Tecate stand, and Tecate is a traditional Oaxacan drink that's made out of corn and cacao. So if you take a look at it over here, you can see there's kind of that thick film on top, which I assume is the corn and the cacao. And then it has more of a watery, creamy, like milky look underneath that. So we're gonna give it a try. Yeah, chiquito. Gracias. So you can see it has this kind of like thick film at the top, which is the corn and the cacao. And then it almost looks like a chocolate milk, and then she put a little bit of syrup in there for sweetness. The top is really creamy. Like it's almost like a little bit like whipped cream, but thicker. The texture is really smooth. And the drink itself, it definitely tastes like lightly chocolatey, a little sweet. It's very good. Well, that's all for today's show at the Tlacolula Market in Oaxaca. We really hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please hit the subscribe button below and visit www.dotsonaMap.net. See you next time.